Hi, guys. Welcome back to the Brutally Honest podcast. And I wanted to talk about the difference between obsession and compassion. So, today I was on the phone with my friend, and she said something about how obsession isn't good for you, but passion is good. And I was questioning her for a bit because I've been in places with work where I've obsessed over it and I gotten results. And I know rich people who have obsession over their work and they gotten results. So that's kind of what I brought up to her about, like, what do you mean? And she's like, yeah, people can get rich and successful off it, but there's something way more beneficial if you're passionate, not obsessive, because you just have a clear focus and you have a clear mind and your head isn't getting wrapped around unnecessary things. And then that got me thinking about myself. And not gonna lie, I was feeling a little insecure on the fact that she was bringing this up because I was like, is she trying to hint at something? But I don't want to overthink things. Maybe she was, maybe she wasn't. But maybe there is times with me with work where I'm obsessive and I think it's good for me and I think it's passion, but it's not passion because obsession can be tricked for passion and seem very, very similar. And I was talking to my friend again. I was like, well, how do you know the difference? And telling her, like, I mean, I feel very passionate about my work. It's like always in the back of my head. And she told me that it shouldn't always be in the back of my head. That's obsession. And I was like, but I'm passionate about something. It's going to always make me think about it and get excited and driven and motivated. And she said, if it's taking over your life, then it's not passion. And I kind of understand what she means now because I think when I get obsessive over things instead of passionate, I get really speedy and I just want to rush to finish it, like the project or whatever I'm passionate about or obsessive over. And I just get taken over by this like hunger for more or this anxiety to get the finished result, so I can't slow down into my project and just like feel out what is necessary and really pace with myself. I think when I get in a place of obsession, I get really, really rushy. And that's usually during my work day where I'm just hit with all these ideas and things to do that I get in this weird little frantic state of rush and anxiety. And I kind of let it just take me over where I'm not thinking clearly at all. And I'm just following the trails of obsession, rush, and anxiety to get the job done. I'm not really feeling out what is really necessarily needed in the moment. Instead, I'm just feeling that anxiety of like, I need to do something. I need to do something big. I need to get better at this. I'm just in the anxiety of work and then I'm making decisions from there. And I think if I really started practicing during my workday, like slowing down and railing myself in, taking deep breaths, that I could get things done way more efficiently and like have better quality stuff. But the thing is, I say that now, but then I'll be in my workday tomorrow and I'll just be caught up in something and I'll be following that chase of like obsession, anxiety, whatever it is that like that rush that gets me through my workday. And when I'm in that zone, it's really hard to like rail me in and tell me just to breathe. Like the last thing I want to do is breathe when I'm in like a flow state with work, when I'm like finally like locking in. The last thing I want to do is pause and breathe because, with my flow state lock in zone, it comes in waves. And when I finally lock in, like the lock in zone where like I'm editing a video and I'm like really enjoying the process of editing every little thing about the video, and I'm just like, I'm finally thinking of ideas and I'm working really diligently and fast. When I'm in that zone, I don't want any distractions, even the distractions that are good for me, like breathing. But I naturally am a very rushy person. I have a friend, the one I was telling you guys about in this podcast, who's naturally very slow, and I'm very fast, and we're best friends. And we've had a lot of issues because of it, but we've worked through them. yes, there's things that she does that I do not understand how she can do that, like be so slow in specific situations. And I'm sure she has situations with me where she just doesn't understand my speed. And we were talking about it today because now we like to just compare and contrast like how our brain works. And she was telling me how she wasn't able to finish a test today because she was so focused on one problem that she didn't like get to the rest of it. And I do that too. But I was thinking like what's the difference between slow brain and like fast brain? Like we were like talking about that. And I brought up to her how with me when I'm in task, I have an alarm that goes off in my head. Like if I sense this task is wasting my time, then I'll move on and just do what's necessary to get done. Even if I'm in the middle of this task and it's like I feel myself falling in love with the task I'm doing and getting passionate and really want to invoke every little thing into it. But if I sense that like I'm going down a loophole or a rabbit hole with this task, like where I'm getting a little confused or if I'm getting a little stuck, and if it's going on for too long, then I'll just move on to something completely different because I have a weird thing with like time and efficiency where I don't want to waste too much time on something that's not worth it. And that's kind of like how my fast brain works. Like if I'm in a conversation with someone and the conversation's like just not really going anywhere. It's like in the middle of my day when I'm in the middle of like kind of like doing things, maybe it's like an errand days, then I'll cut the conversation off short. Like my best friend who's like really 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 slow. Not like like stupid, like she's very smart, but like more slower paced of a person. When she's in conversations, she will take her time in the conversation. And like I will find this girl in a conversation with a person just ranting to her about their problems. And like to me, that seems like a big waste of time. But to her, she's just like so actively in it. And there is one gift that she has with like the slowness and like this like presenceness, I guess you could say, is that she is just so present for others. So people just love talking to her. They're drawn to her because she's the person who will like not talk for 5 minutes and just let you go. And like not just that, she is like actively listening to you. I amend her for that gift. I've never been like that. Like if someone's rambling, it needs to be about something that like will intrigue, like that I can learn from or that can benefit me or that's not a waste of my time. Unless I really care about this person and they need to ramble, oh, I would listen all the time, you know? If it's someone like close to me and like they're rambling about issues that like I know about and like we just had that like bond, then yeah, yes, you can ramble all the time. But if you're a random stranger and you're just going and rambling and just talking about the most random things that don't even matter, I'm just gonna cut off the conversation. I'm not afraid to do that. My friend, she'll listen. She'll just sit there and listen. And I thought it was because like maybe she's like a people pleaser and like she just doesn't know how to tell them, hey yo, stop rambling. Sometimes it is like that for her in situations. Even if it is like that for her, she still really enjoys like listening. Like she can find amusement in it and then later be like, yeah, that was a waste of my time. So we just both have like two different like concepts of time. And like being like a slower person versus being a faster person, like both have good and bad sides to it. There's no right or wrong. Like my friend is like a very present person for others. She can listen to people talk. She's like really there for you and she's like more of a slower paced person. But like for me, because I'm a faster paced person, I am very efficient with like time and like I'm on my game with work and like I think I'm a good like planner and scheduler and like I know how to maneuver around the world like really fast and like stick out like situations where like is it worth my time, is it not worth my time. And that's like something with me my slow friend that like I feel like is kind of like our little debate is like with her there are things that like she indulges in her day and I think like that's just not worth your time. Like she will indulge in like people ranting to her or like random conversations on the street with like strangers. And for me, like I'm with her and she's like just talking to some strangers for like a really, really, really long time. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, like I just want to go. I have to sit here and like I'm like, is she enjoying this conversation? Is she not enjoying this conversation? And she's enjoying the conversation. Like she's just a social person. Like when we go to events together, she just wants to go around, talk to every single person, hear their life story, and like she can just go. And like that's where we have a hard time because I'm like, no, like this isn't worth my time. Like I'm gonna go do something, I want to go work. So it's just like different mindsets and perspectives. But back to the passion thing and like the obsession thing, I do think because I was raised in more of a business oriented family and household, our business mindset is very beneficial. Like the way I grew up, like learning the things I learned, but then it can also be toxic. And like I think that's when it turns into like obsession, or like obsession turning into anxiety or overwhelmed or constantly thinking like you have to do or fix something. And I think that's where my fast pace comes from. It's like all background. Like my best friend, like she grew up in an artist household. It's very slow, very nice life, like very peaceful and stuff. And it's just like we both come from different backgrounds and like just have different lives. But yeah, I guess I'm just comparing how like everyone's a little bit different. Comment down below what you are, if you're a more fast paced or slow paced person. Thank you for watching.